Okay, noshoes is going to talk about my visions and my dreams. Okay, I had this vision that I was at this fort in Florida where geronimo was being held captive, a prisoner of war. I had this vision of me talking to Geronimo. I told Geronimo that I can get him out of there and I can hide him where nobody would ever find him. I told Geronimo this. We were arguing about this and he told me he gave his word that he would surrender and he made that promise. And I know once a Apache makes this kind of a promise, they won't go back on the word. But I couldn't just leave Geronimo there. I keep having to go back and try again. And I knew if I can get him out, get Geronimo out, and hide him, and then I would come back for the rest of my people and stuff and hide them. But Geronimo wouldn't go for it. He kept telling me no. So I snuck out of the fort in Florida and I went and I went and talked to my grandfather and he told me just to let it be and you have to concentrate on the future. So I went and lived with the Indians there in Florida for a while. And my grandfather came to me and he told me that I have to look for the future. Not this future, maybe my children's future, my other children's future from there. He didn't exactly tell me when, but sometime in the future that I'll be the one that would get our people together again. And I knew he was right deep down in my heart because I knew my people would need me because of the sickness, cough and stuff was killing our people. And plus there was starving them too. So I knew I had to be there for my people to help them and to heal them. So I had to be there. So I stayed with the Indians there in Florida. And then one time my grandfather came and told me it was time for me to leave. Because the people was getting transferred from Florida to Alabama. And he told me it was time for me to leave. So I had to say bye to Geronimo and say bye to my people and leave them. My grandfather always told me that I was brave and I was smart and I was very powerful medicine woman. I knew things and I know how to heal and I was a good healer and I was a seer. And my grandfather knew I had to move on. So that's what I did. I gathered my stuff, got my horse, and I had to move on. I didn't want to, but my grandfather told me it was time. So I hugged him bye and said bye to Geronimo for one last time, and I left. And I headed towards Texas. I don't know why, but I headed towards Texas. That's where my heart and my spirit was calling me. I lived in Texas, and I had to start a new life But there's one thing I never always give up. The love of my people was always with me in my heart. And I never give up how to help heal people. I always heal people wherever I went. Whatever I did, I always stopped to help people and to heal them. It didn't matter who they are or anything. If they were bad people or good people, I always had to stop and heal them. That was the gift that the ancestors and the spirits gave me, was the healing gift and the seeing. And I always knew I had to respect them. And I had to heal people that I didn't want to even heal, but I did. That was part of my gifts, and I always respected them. No matter what these people did or anything, I had to help to heal them. Didn't matter if they were my enemies or not, I had to heal them. And on the way to Texas, this is what I did. I stopped along the way to help people and to heal them. I always had these visions, and I always knew what people needed me the worst and who to go and heal first. And I always knew the future of these people, the reason why I had to heal them. I always knew that. So I had to heal them no matter what. And I met up along my travels with a Cherokee, and I traveled a little bit with him and his white friend. So I traveled with them for a little bit and stuff, and then I went and traveled on my own to get used to the white man's world and the white man's ways. But I always had my Apache ways that I stuck to mainly. When I was out healing people or animals along the way, I always stopped and said a little prayer. I always prayed, and I always offered Kambaka. And sometimes I knew this other gift that I had, and I always knew the time when to do it and how to do it. Sometimes these old farmhouses were just abandoned, and I had to go there and get rid of the bad stuff that happened there. All the wars and all the raids and stuff. I had to go there and cleanse the place inside and out for somebody else could come there and live. I always had that gift, and I always thank the ancestors for that gift and the spirits. They always pointed me in the right direction and the right path. And I always knew that I was always traveling from place to place, and no matter the people that I came across, I always helped. And I always had a wolf as my friend. I always had this black wolf. He was always my friend. He always came to me. He always came to me to be help and protect me and keep me safe. And one time, this black wolf came to me, and he led me into the forest. He led me into the forest, into the trees and stuff, and he took me to this cave. And then I found out what this wolf really was. after I got to this cave and everything, he ended up changing into a warrior. And then he got to be my best friend. He got to be my best friend, and he was always there to guide me and to help me and to keep me safe. And we was always good friends and nothing more, because I knew he wasn't my mate. He wasn't my soulmate, and he knew that too, but he was just there to help and protect me. The spirits wanted him to help protect me whenever I needed it. And there was this white wolf. I always called her Snowy. And she would always come to me too. I would always go into the forest with her, and she would always take me to show me her babies. And I would stand there when I knew it was okay for me to go and play with her babies and look at her babies. She was always my protector too, and she knew she always knew things. As a wolf, she was a special wolf and stuff. And I would stay there with the wolves for a while and stuff, and play with the wolves and howl with the wolves. And when I would always come out of from the trees and stuff, I always knew things. I was always sit on the right path to do what I needed to do. And I always helped anybody that came along that needed it. And it always seemed like different tribes and the warriors always knew and always respected me, and they always trust me, because I would go out to their villages and I would stay for a while. If they needed any help, I was there to help. If somebody was sick, I was there to help. I would ask the medicine man if it was okay if I helped, and he always agreed. I was a good medicine woman, and I was very gifted in healing. And everybody realized that I had the gift of healing. I can heal almost any sickness. I always healed smallpox, and I always healed people with contaminated water and yellow fever. I always healed these people in coughing sickness. I can always heal stuff that was always bad. I had the gift to heal, and that's what I had to do. If I didn't heal people and help people, then I would become sick myself. So I had to use my gifts. If I didn't use my gifts, and if I would have ignored them, I would have basically got sick and stuff. So I couldn't ignore the special gifts that the ancestors gave me and the spirits gave me. And I just like to say, I love my people, I love my grandfather, and I definitely love Geronimo. And I want to thank you for listening to my visions and my dreams. Noshoes wants to thank you very much. If there's any Apaches out there, Navajo, Cherokee, Cheyenne, Pawnee, Crow, and the Pablo, and the Hopis, and the Chickasaw, and the Chow. I hope I said that right. And I want to thank you all, and I hope you all stay on the right path and pray every day and don't give up on hope. And I want to thank you all. Thank you.